Walkaround family, welcome back to another video. Today we have a 2025 Honda CR-V Sport Hybrid in radiant red metallic with a black interior. Now for 2025, the design queue is still the same from 24 and 23. It's been a hot seller, especially this model. This model is a very important trim level because this is the lowest hybrid you can get, which means this is the most money you can save on a CR-V hybrid. Now let's start with the front fascia. Full LED headlamps, and that's standard on every CR-V, even down to the base model LX. Low beams on the outside, high beams in the middle, and it's full LED reflectors, LED turn signals, and LED daytime running lights. Now below, there's no fog lights available on the CR-Vs at all. Instead, you have a bumper curtain, and you do have this unique bumper design only on the hybrids. But if you get a non-hybrid, I think you can actually buy that as an accessory from Honda. Gloss black grille, gloss black inserts of the lower portion. Lower portion is also flat black with some kind of like a little silver grayish piece to kind of break it up a little bit. It's a nice look up front, give you a sporty but aggressive look at the same time, and save you miles on gas. You have your Honda emblem up front, which is a huge H, and it also houses your radar, and it's part of your Honda sensing. And this portion right here is full black because on the non-hybrid, it'll be chrome. And you can see how it cut into the headlights, cut into the hood. Overall, from front, it looks like a CR-V, but it gives you, like I said, an aggressive look to it as well. Coming along to the windshield up here, you do have a wider windshield from the previous CR-V. They updated the Honda sensing camera, so the camera is much wider. The A-pillar is much slimmer, and the windshield has been pulled back a little bit more too to give you a little bit more visibility, a little bit more headspace as well, or headroom headspace. The side mirrors are gloss black, flat black down below, and you do have LED integrated turn signals, and you will have chrome around the windows. Now, because it's a sport and the hybrids, actually all the hybrids, Sport, Sport L, Sport Touring, get the blacked out treatment, you would have thought they would have blacked out around the windows as well, but it's chrome. B pillars are flat black, and the door handles are body colored. You do have a body line that creases throughout the whole CR-V, which kind of breaks up some of the curviness. And the gloss black roof rails is standard on the Sport Hybrid as well. Same thing on the Sport L and the Sport Touring. So speaking of the trim levels, the base model is not available in a hybrid. If you get an LX model, it's only in the turbo 1.5. If you go up to the Sport, which technically this is an EX feature-wise, this is where you start with the hybrid. Above this is Sport L and then Sport Touring. If you want one level above this, but you don't want a hybrid, you have the EXL, which is also a gas only. When we get to the brochure, I'll show you guys so you can see the whole lineup. Coming along to the rear, from back here, you know it's a CR-V. You see it from far away, you know it's a CR-V. You have those signature taillights that climb the pillar. Up above, you do have a shark fin style antenna that is body colored. You do have your window spoiler that's half body colored, half flat black. Third brake lights integrated in the window spoiler. Exposed wiper. You do have your all-wheel drive sticker. I like this because it's like a paying homage to the original CR-V that used to have the four-wheel drive sticker on the window, which is cool. The tail lights are a combination. So LED brake lights, turn signals are traditional bulbs. So a lot of people are mad about that because the previous CR-V had LED turn signals. Your reverse lights are LED, and your license plate light bulb is also LED. Honda's in chrome, CR-V's in chrome, hybrids in chrome, but Sport is in black. Now, taking a look at the lower portion of the bumper, flat black with a piece of that, kind of like that grayish color that I showed you guys in the front. You do have these bumper, like these, I say bumper, but they're like exhaust exits, but they're not really tips. Exhaust tips, there we go. Fake little diffuser in the middle, but not real exhaust tips. You can see the exhaust is not connected to that tip at all, and there's only one exhaust. So you look under there, it's not dual exhaust, but Honda wanted the CR-V look more sportier to look like it's dual exhaust. And what's funny, if you get the gas model, it is dual exhaust, but it doesn't have the finishers right here in the rear. The Sport trim will give you blind spot monitoring standard on driver and passenger side. Honda sensing, like I said, the full suite is standard as well. Let's take a look at the key. If you're familiar with Honda's new key lineup, then you're familiar with this guy. It's more smaller than the previous key and more curvier too, less of a rectangle. You do have lock, unlock. You have remote start built in on the fob. You can pop the trunk from here. It won't open the trunk. Power is only on Sport L and up, or you get an EXL if you want a hybrid. But on the Sport, it's a manual, so you can unlock it and then open it, you know, yourself. You have your panic button. If you can't find your CR-V, the alarm can go off. And you do have the emergency key that's in the key fob as well. Since the Sport comes with smart keys, you do have smart entry. So on the door handle, you're gonna have these three lines right here. You tap it, it'll lock all the doors. If you put your hand in there, It'll unlock the doors. Now, the key do not need to be in your hand. Key could be in your pocket, in your bag, in your purse, wherever. As long as it's nearby a few inches, it'll unlock the door for you. If you put your hand in the passenger's door handle, it will unlock all 4 doors. You can change the settings where if you put your hand in the driver door, it'll unlock all 4 doors too, but by default, only the driver door open. That way the boogeyman don't jump in with you when you're by yourself. Now let's take a look at the door card. On the Sport, you got soft touch up here. You have flat black with a little gloss here. That's interesting. So on the LX, this whole thing, I think it's flat black. On the higher trim levels, it's piano black. So this is like a mixture of piano black and flat black. Interesting. And this is soft touch where you rest the elbow, soft touch. Now your window switches, they're auto up down for only driver and passenger. For the rear, you have to hold it. Power locks, power mirrors. Love the door handle. You can see the orange stitching going around the door as well. There's some additional storage in here. So storage and a little bottle holder slash storage. You do have a power adjustment on the driver's seat. Now you do have lumbar in and out. You can adjust the seat back, forward and back. Forward and back for the whole seat, up and down for the whole seat. You can adjust this portion right here too, up and down. Passenger side will be manual. So you have the bar right here you pull to move the seat forward and back, or you can pull this lever to move your seat forward and back. There's no up and down adjustment. I hope you love black interior if you're looking for a Sport, because that's the only interior color that's available on the Sport. Let's take a look at the seat design. You do have orange stitching there. Look at that little piece of leather there, which is nice. And the rest of it has the unique design, which feels nice. Nice. It's nicely bolstered for your thighs and for your, I guess your rib cage right here. And it's not too bolstered where if you're a wider frame you won't fit in here. I think everyone will be comfortable in the Sport seating. Let's get in here and turn this thing on because it is, I think it's like 98 degrees right now or something like that. Let's see. It says 81 degrees on the outside, but it's actually really 91 degrees. Now let me move back a little bit. Sitting in the interior of the Sport. If you're used to Hondas is very traditional. They don't do too much with their interiors. You're not gonna have colors all over the place. You're not gonna have screens all over the place. They try to keep it a good blend of modern and tech at the same time. So on the left side of the steering wheel, you have your air vent here, flat black all around here. I like this material over the piano black. You do have some blank buttons, but you do have traction control on and off there. Down below is your hood latch to open or pop open the hood. And what's cool with the hood, and I don't really show it on most of my CRV videos, but the hood is held up by struts. So when you open the hood, it'll open by itself. You don't need a prop rod to hold the hood up anymore. The hood will be held up by 2 struts. It's actually a nice touch. I'm actually shocked that they actually put down a CRV. That's not something they needed to do in this segment, but you do have that. The Civic started off with this whole new design. We're having an vent going across the whole dash. CRV will follow suit, but this whole material is just a flat black. And even this piece right here, higher trims, this whole thing will be gloss black. I do like this material. This should wear a lot better over time, in my opinion. Now, the steering wheel is leather wrapped, so if you're looking at a EX, one thing the EX don't have is a leather wrapped steering wheel, because technically, feature-wise, this is an EX, but a little bit nicer. So, leather wrap is orange stitch. I like this little silver piece right here. The rest of this is just flat black all around there. You do have some controls, so you have next track, previous, volume, source to switch from AM, FM, Bluetooth, Apple CarPlay. For the digital side of the cluster, because it is half digital, half analog. So this side's speedometer only, this side's customizable, and you do have a digital speedometer as well. You have a scroll wheel to choose your options, and you have voice command as well. If you hold it, it's Siri for Apple. I think it's Google Assistant for Android. I'm not too sure. On the right side, you do have some of your Honda sensing and your cruise features. So cruise on and off, cancel, resume, set, adaptive cruise control. This is how you adjust the distance from the cars in front of you, lane keep assist, on and off. And behind the steering wheel, you do have power shifters. You have a minus and you have a plus. Most cars, you use this to shift up or shift down. In the CRV hybrid, you're using those to adjust your regenerative braking. So if you want it to be more aggressive or less aggressive when you take your foot off the brake, and how much it slows. If you've driven a hybrid car before, an EV car before, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you've never driven one before, drive one, then you're gonna know what I'm talking about. On the stock back here, you do have your light switches, so it's auto. I think this is parking and just on, and you do have auto high beams too if you leave it on auto. So high beams will come on automatically. It will turn off automatically. If you're somewhere where there's no street lights, it will turn on. If somebody's coming, it will turn off. If you get behind someone, it will turn off. It's a cool feature. And on the right side is for your wipers. So for the front wiper, you have off, intermediate, low, and high. You pull the whole thing for the front wiper. You saw it dancing. And for the rear wiper, off, intermediate, and on, and you turn that guy for the rear wiper as well. If you want auto sensing windshield wipers, you need to go all the way up to a Sport Touring to get that feature. Let's take a look at this display screen here. So you hit the home button right here, it'll bring up your menus. I'm gonna zoom in there for you guys. So this is all-wheel drive torque distribution. So here it will show you how much power, pretty much the all-wheel drive is being split between the front wheels and the rear wheels. You have who have their seatbelts on. Maintenance will show you your oil life. If that gets to 15%, time for an oil change. Safety support will show you your safety features. So your road departure, you can turn that on and off. Blind spot, on and off. Collision mitigation. And that's pretty much it. If you go up to a Sport L or a Sport Touring, you do get a little bit more safety features in that menu. And you have nothing. You can view nothing. You can have brightness, adjust the different settings as well. So here, this is how you change like door lock settings, keyless access settings, so things like walkway auto lock, auto unlock, things like that nature. Sport L and up will have it on the screen, but on the Sport it will be on this screen here. Let's get out of here. You have gauge display settings, so here you can view what you want to view in that list. You can hide things if you want. Warning is going to show you if something's going on. The hood is open, the door is open, low tire pressure, something is going on. Power flow is pretty cool because this is one of the only ways you can view your percentage of your battery, like your battery state, and it'll tell you if the electric motor is powering the cars, is the engine on powering the cars as well too. Oh, how you doing? Someone help you? Oh, Brad help you out. um, so right now you can see the engine is actually charging the battery. So sometimes when you're sitting still, you're not moving and the battery is low, the engine will just turn on, help charge the battery. If you hit the brakes, it'll use regenerative braking and charge your battery. Or sometimes it'll show you the arrows will be a different, or the arrows will go from engine to the wheels to let you know you're using the engine, or from the battery to the wheels to let you know you're using an electric motor, so on and so on. And it'll go from green and blue. Green is charging, blue is you're using power. One of my favorite and you see the engine to stop because it helped charge it up a little bit, which is nice. Now, one of my favorite, I guess, views to be in is that power flow. Range and fuel is what everyone loves to keep it in. So this will show you your miles to your tank and what you're averaging, speed and time for the engine. Driver attention is are you awake enough to drive. So I'm gonna leave that guy in range and fuel. I like that. It's customizable. It's not crazy customizable, but at least you can customize it a little bit, view different information. Down below, it'll tell you if you're in EV or if you're in EV, you're in electric mode. If you're not in EV, then you're using gas. Radio lets you know the car's on because sometimes it's so quiet you don't know if it's on. And that little green light down here will show you that all your safety features are on. If you turn off something on, then that green circle won't be green, pretty much. And you can see outside temperature, odometer, gear you in, how much, how full your tank is, and what mode you're in. So pulling the coming along to your touchscreen display here. So if you go with the Sport, you do get the smaller display versus the Sport L and the Sport Touring, which comes with a 9, I want to say 9 speed, which comes with a 9-inch, but this is still touchscreen and button knobs. I believe this is like a 7-inch. It's still a good size, you know, especially you're buying this model because you don't want bells and whistles, you don't care about bigger screens, things of that nature. You want your backup camera on here, you want your Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, you got it. Like I said, it's touchscreen as well. You have volume knob, tuning knob, and you have your next track, previous, phone shortcut, AM or FM radio. Just hit it by accident, AM and FM. Media is going to be USB or Bluetooth, and then if your phone is plugged in, Apple or Android, this is going to be Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which is cool. And then you have a menu, back key, simple setup, easy to use. Below that, you do have your climate control. The Sport will give you dual zone, so driver and passenger can have 2 different temperatures. For example, you turn off sync, this person could catch on fire, you stay at 72. Let's not do that because it's too hot outside right now. You do get heated seats. You do get heated seats on the Sport, which is high, medium, and low, so 3 different levels. Same thing on the passenger side as well. And I like how you have auto, and you can put exactly what temperature you want. You have the different modes. If you turn this off, it's going to reuse air from outside instead of recirculating the air. Front defrost, fan speed, system on and off. You have a heated back glass and side mirrors on one button, AC on and off, and your passenger's temperature. Below that, you do have a combination for your connectivity here. So you have a USB-A and a USB-C and a power outlet. Now, for Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, you have to plug in for USB-A. USB-C is only for charging, but it is faster charging. Everything is leaning towards this. I'm surprised this thing hasn't been gone yet, because I don't know. I think some people still use this, but because of you have USB connections built in already, or maybe you need more USB connections, you do have a power outlet. Down below, you have some additional storage from the previous CRV. They did made this much wider and way more spacious. If you get a Sport L and up, it'll come with a wireless phone charger, but the Sport will just come with just storage thing right there. You do have a leather wrap shift knob, and the previous CRV used to have push buttons. I think a lot of people complain about the buttons in the CRV, so Honda went right back to a shifter. And you do have park, reverse, neutral, drive. B mode is where you can use your power shift to adjust your regenerative braking. You do have different drive modes as well. So you have normal, well, that's sport, normal, econ, and snow mode, which is nice. I'm gonna leave it in normal. You do have a downhill cruise control up to 12 miles per hour. You can set it. Electronic parking brake, and your brake hold feature, where if you're in drive and your foot is on the brakes and you turn this on, you can take your foot off. It'll hold the brake while you're in drive. Seatbelt has to be on to use that feature. You don't have an auto stop button here because technically it does it on its own. When you put the Sport in reverse, you still get a backup camera, and you can hear the chime, let people know you're coming or you're driving. You do have a multi-angle backup camera, no 360, but you have wide angle. You have normal and looking straight down, top down, and this is going to be cross traffic on and off. So when you're backing up, it'll tell you if a car is coming from that way or coming from that way. It'll also alert you if someone's walking by. The system's not made to alert. The system's not made to alert you when people are walking by, but sometimes I see it does work. Down below that, you do have standard size cup holders and some storage. Soft touch on the armrest, which is nice, and the arm is stitched. And inside, just storage, no plugins at all. Just a little. This is actually really soft. I've never actually. This is my first time actually putting my hand in here, like touching the carpet. It's actually really soft. On the glove box here, it is lockable, so that's nice. And it is damp, so it'll open slowly. It's not lined with felt, but it's a bin style standard. I mean, it's a standard size, not the biggest thing in the world, but you can put your owner's manual and your registrations, insurance, all that good stuff in there as well. And for the dash, soft touch there and soft touch there too. So look like the whole dash is soft touch besides behind the screen, of course. And that's your little sensor right there to tell the vehicle if it's nighttime or daytime for your auto headlights on and off. Up above this, you do have your standard rearview mirror. I don't think you can add a, I can't remember if you can add a auto dimming rearview mirror as an accessory to the Sport. I believe you're stuck with this, or if you want a home link, when we get to the brochure and we build one, I'll remind myself. We do this all the time, but certain things I just be forgetting. Up above that, you do have LED lighting throughout the whole cabin, which is nice. You have your lighting if you want the lights to come on when the door opens, and then you have your moonroof control here. Standard size moonroof. There's no panoramic moonroof available on the CRV. It will open all the way, or if you push it straight up, it'll ventilate as well. Ford will always close that guy back. We don't need no sun coming in here right now. You have a sunglass holder. Headliner is black on the Sport, which is nice. And you have your visor here. Give you a light. It's not LED, but at least they give you a light. Let's see on the passenger side. Should give you a light as well too, and it does. So we're gonna jump out of here and actually take a look at the second row. Before we jump into the second row, I want to show you guys 2025 CRV Hybrid all-wheel drive Sport in Radiant Red. So base price is $35,850, $455 for Radiant Red. Destination handling is $1,350. You're looking around $37,655. Now gas mileage is 40 city, 34 highway, 37 combined. If you go with a two-wheel drive, I think you save like 2 gallons on the two-wheel drive. Now this is how wide the rear door opened. It almost opened 90 degrees. One thing I love about the CRVs. And you can see the door back here, hard touch, and same material. Everything's hard touch. The armrest is soft, but not as soft as the front, just slightly soft. Like the door handle that they give you. Window switch, more storage in there with little cup holders as well. It says CRV right there on the door. And the rear seats don't have the same design as the front seats, but you still have the orange stitching, which is nice. Let's actually get in here and get out the sun. Man, summer in New Mexico is so hot. All right, so you do have a mat pocket behind the passenger, but you don't have one behind the driver. And you do have air vents back here, and they're based on the driver's temperature. You could open and close them, and you do get 2 USB-C ports back here as well. Back in 23, when the whole chip shortage thing was going on, you weren't able to get USB-Cs. They came with no USB-Cs, and then 24, they added them. But 25, you still have them. You have a slight hump in the middle, but it's very minimal. Like somebody in the middle, they won't notice it too much. You do have an armrest back here with cup holders, soft touch, which is nice. And you probably see that this seat right here is really reclined back, because on these new generation CRVs, you can really recline the seats all the way, like 8 different reclinements. On the previous CRV, you have 1. So let's compare. This one's all the way up, and then look how far back this one is. Whoever's your rear passengers, they can really lie back and just pass out if they wanted to. And you do have these quick access tethers for your car seats and booster seats, which I love. I wish more cars have this easy. Instead of you have to put your finger in there and try to clip it in, just have it right there exposed, which is nice. And your back don't touch this at all. So Honda designed this pretty well. Like I said, Honda's interiors are very simple, especially on a lower trim like this. It's not going to have a full 14-inch tablet on the middle of the dash or anything like that. Or like, remember, the tailgate is manual on the Sport. If you want power, you have to get a Sport L or a Sport Touring. Now, in the interior, well, cargo space back here, you do have LED lighting, light up at nighttime. You got a power outlet back here, some grocery hooks as well. The seats do fold down flat, but actually they don't fold down flat, I'm lying. When you fold the seats down, there is a little hump. Also, you cannot drop the seats down from back here anymore like the previous CRV. You have to fold down like I did just now, and you can see there is a hump when you do put both seats down. Floor mats do come standard with the CRV. This one has a protection package, so it comes with a cargo tray, but your CRV won't come with a cargo tray. You have to add it as an accessory. It will just come with carpet, and there's no spare tire on the hybrids. They give you a flat fix kit instead with a funnel. If you want a spare tire, you're gonna have to get a non-hybrid. The gas model comes with a spare tire. The hybrid model does not come with a spare tire. Also, it doesn't come with a cargo cover anymore either. Like slots in right here, you have to buy that as an accessory. So a few differences from the previous generation. You have to keep your eye out, and also, it's still a capless fuel filler too, but the gas cap doesn't. The gas door opens from pushing it. So if you lock the CRV, it'll lock this door. There's no lever up front to unlock this guy anymore. So let's actually get out of here and let's get into the brochure. All right, you made this far to the brochure. Let's see what we're working with. So 2025 Honda CRV Sport Hybrid. It adds 2 or upgrades from an EX. So a Sport is an upgrade from an EX, but technically they're very similar in equipment. Now, what the Sport Hybrid is going to give you that the EX doesn't have is obviously the hybrid powertrain. The motor is a 2-liter 4-cylinder, no turbo, and you do have a 2-motor hybrid powertrain. Lithium-ion high voltage battery pack and an e-CVT with B-range shift. So a lot of differences in the drive mode versus the gas model, of course. But you do have 4 drive modes: Econ, Normal, Snow, and Sport. You have the 18-inch gloss black alloy wheels. You get the dual exhaust chrome finishers, which we know that's not really a real tip. Gloss black roof rails, gloss black heated power side mirrors, and leather wrapped steering wheel and shift knob with orange stitching and acoustic vehicle alerting system. So the list on the Sport Hybrid is not too long because technically it has everything the EX have, and all it's adding is all the hybrid components. So let's go ahead and jump in and actually build one out real fast. So here's a lineup here. You have 25 CRV hybrid, and here's your 3 options. But if you go to CRV by itself, they have it twice for some reason. So here you can see the gas models and with the hybrid model. So this is the lowest hybrid you can get. So it's going to build one up and has an error. I have no idea why. I wonder it's because I clicked on the let's see. Let's go to hybrid by itself. Will it go through? Oh, wrong car. All right, guys, I can't show you colors. I don't know what's going on. Honda's probably doing an update. Oh, you know what? Honda might be doing an update to their website right now, so I can't show you. I can't build one for you guys right now, but I at least want to show you guys the paint exterior. So let me see if there's something else I can show you guys to give you an idea what colors the Sport come in. I can't build one up right now, but I at least can show you the Sport Hybrid. So, on the Sport Hybrid, the interior is cloth only, just like the EX. And you can get Canyon River Blue Metallic with black interior. And I believe on the Sport, black is the only interior as well. So, I mean, this will show. So you can get black with black. You can get Meteorite Gray with black, of course. Platinum White Pearl. And I believe Platinum White Pearl is a premium color. And you can get Radiant Red, which is also a premium color. Solar Silver Metallic. So this is not a premium color, but this is a new silver that's on the CRVs now. Before, it was Lunar Silver, and Lunar Silver I think was a little bit lighter than solar silver. I think solar silver is darker, or solar silver might be lighter. No, I think solar silver is darker. I have a video of putting both colors side by side so you guys can see the difference. If I remember, I'll put a link to it in this video. Steel Night Pearl, you can also get down to Sport, and Urban Gray, you can get down to Sport. So black interior, Urban Gray, Steel Night Pearl is also a premium color charge as well, which is $455. So I will end everything here. I'm assuming next time I'm doing this, Honda probably have the website out, and I can show you guys what's going on. If you have any questions, drop a comment below. You know, do you like the Sport? Do you hate the Sport? Do you rather a Sport L? Do you rather a Sport Touring? Do you rather a gas model, not the hybrid? Do you rather a different brand? Do you hate the CRV? Let me know what you guys think. Like I said, I think the sport trim level is a very important trim level. It's actually a very popular one too. We sell out of sports pretty fast because, you know, a lot of people that want to save money but want a hybrid. This is definitely the best way to go. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you in the next walk around.